Mark chapter 11, John chapter 12. And when they came near Jerusalem to Bethphage and Bethania at the Mount of Olives, he sent out two of his taught ones and said to them, Go into the village opposite you, and immediately entering into it you shall find a colt tied, on which no one is sat. Loosen it and bring it. If anyone says to you, Why are you doing this? Say, The master needs it and shall send it back straight away. So they went away and found the colt tied by the door outside on the street, and they loosened it. Some of those standing there said to them, What are you doing loosening the colt? And they said to them, as Yeshua had said. So they let them go. And they brought the colt to Yeshua and threw their garments on it, and he sat on it. And many spread their garments on the way, and others were cutting down branches from the trees and were spreading them on the way. And those going before and those following cried out, saying, Hoshiana, blessed is he who is coming in the name of Yehovah. Blessed is the coming reign of our father David, in the name of Yehovah, Hoshiana in the highest. And Yeshua went into Jerusalem and into the set-apart place, and having looked around on all, he went out to Bethania with the 12, as the hour was already late. And on the next day, when they had come out from Bethania, he was hungry, and seeing at a distance a fig tree having leaves, he went to see whether he would find any fruit on it. And when he came to it, he found none but leaves, for it was not the season for figs. And Yeshua responding said, Let no one eat fruit from you ever again. And his taught ones heard it. And they came to Jerusalem. Yeshua entering into the set-apart place, he began to drive out those who bought and sold in the set-apart place, and overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those selling doves. And he did not allow anyone to carry a vessel through the set-apart place. And he was teaching, saying to them, Has it not been written, My house shall be called a house of prayer for all nations? But you've made it a den of robbers. And the scribes and the chief priests heard it, and they were seeking how to destroy him, for they feared him, because all the crowd was astonished at his teaching. And when evening came, he went out of the city, and in the morning, passing by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots. Then Kepha, remembering, said to him, Rabbi, look, the fig tree which you cursed is withered. And Yeshua answering said to them, Have belief in Elohim. For truly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, Be removed and be thrown into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says shall be done, he shall have whatever he says. Because of this I say to you, whatever you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them and you shall have them. And whenever you stand praying, if you hold whatever against anyone, forgive, so that your Father in the heavens shall also forgive your trespasses. But if you do not forgive, neither shall your Father in heavens forgive your trespasses. And they came again to Jerusalem, and as he was walking in the set-apart place, the chief priests and the scribes and the elders came to him, and they said to him, By what authority are you doing these, and who gave you the authority to do these? And Yeshua answering said to them, I shall ask you one question, and answer me, and then I shall say to you by what authority I do these. The immersion of Yohanan, was it from heaven or from men? Answer me. They reasoned amongst themselves, saying, Well, if we say from heaven, he shall say, Then why did you not believe him? And if we say from men, well, they feared the people, for all held that Yohanan was a prophet indeed. And answering, they said to Yeshua, We do not know. And Yeshua answering said to them, Neither do I say to you by what authority I do these. Yohanan or John chapter 12. Accordingly, Yeshua, 6 days before the Pesach, came to Bethania, where Eleazar was, who had died, whom he raised from the dead. So they made him a supper there, and Martha served, while Eleazar was one of those who sat at the table with him. Then Miryam took a pound of costly perfume of nard, anointed the feet of Yeshua, and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume. Then one of his taught ones, Yehuda from Kerioth, son of Shimon, who was about to deliver him up, said, Why was this perfume not sold for 300 denarii and given to the poor? He said this not because he was concerned about the poor, but because he was a thief and had the bag, and he used to take what was put in it. Yeshua then said, Let her alone. She has kept this for the day of my burial. The poor you have with you always, but me you do not have always. Then a great crowd of the Yehudim learned that he was there, and they came not on account of Yeshua only, but also to see Eleazar, whom he raised from the dead. And the chief priests resolved to kill Eleazar as well, because on account of him many of the Yehudim went away and believed in Yeshua. On the next day, a great crowd who had come to the festival when they heard that Yeshua was coming to Jerusalem took the branches of palm trees and went out to meet him and were crying out, Hoshiana, blessed is he who's coming in the name of Yehovah, the sovereign of Israel. And Yeshua, having found a young donkey, sat on it, as it's been written, Do not fear, daughter of Zion. See, your sovereign is coming, sitting on the colt of a donkey. At first, his taught ones did not understand this, but when Yeshua was esteemed, then they remembered that this was written about him and that they had done this to him. Therefore the crowd who were with him when he called Eleazar out of his tomb and raised him from the dead were bearing witness. On account of this, the crowd also met him, because they had heard he had done this sign. The Pharisees then said among themselves, You see how you're getting nowhere at all. Look, the world's gone after him. And there were certain Greeks among those coming up to worship at the festival. These then came to Philip, who was from Bethsaida of Galilee, and were asking to see him, saying, Master, we wish to see Yeshua. Philip came and told Andrew, and in turn, Andrew and Philip told Yeshua, and Yeshua answered them, saying, The hour has come for the Son of Man to be esteemed. Truly, truly, I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. He who loves his life shall lose it, and he who hates his life in this world shall preserve it for everlasting life. If anyone serves me, let him follow me, and where I am, there my servants also shall be. If anyone serves me, the Father shall value him. Now, I myself am troubled, and what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour. But for this reason I came to this hour. Father, esteem your name. Then a voice came from the heaven, I have both esteemed it and shall esteem it again. So the crowd who stood by and heard it were saying there had been thunder. Others said, A messenger's spoken to him. Yeshua answered and said, This voice did not come because of me, but for your sake. Now is the judgment of this world. Now the ruler of this world shall be cast out. And I, if I'm lifted up from the earth, shall draw all men unto myself. This he said, signifying by what death he was about to die. The crowd answered him, "We've heard out of the Torah that the Messiah remains forever. How do you say the Son of Adam has to be lifted up? Who is the Son of Adam?" Yeshua therefore said to them, "Yet a little while the light's with you. Walk while you have the light, lest darkness overtake you. He who walks in darkness does not know where he's going. While you have the light, believe in the light so that you become sons of the light." These words Yeshua spoke and went off and was hidden from them. But though he had done so many signs before them, they did not believe him, that the word of Yeshayahu the prophet might be filled, which he spoke, saying, "Yehovah, who has believed our report, and to whom has the arm of Yehovah been revealed?" Because of this they were unable to believe, because again Yeshayahu said, "He's blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, so that they should not see with their eyes, nor understand with their heart, and in turn I should heal them." Yeshayahu said this when he saw his esteem and spoke of him. Still, even among the rulers, many did believe in him, but because of the Pharisees they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the congregation, for they loved the praise of men more than the praise of Elohim. Then Yeshua cried out and said, "He who believes in me believes not in me, but in him who sent me. And he who sees me sees him who sent me. I've come as a light into the world, so that no one who believes in me should stay in darkness. And if anyone hears my words but does not watch over them, I do not judge him. For I did not come to judge the world, but to save it. He who rejects me and does not receive my words has one who judges him. The word that I've spoken shall judge him in the last day. Because I spoke not from myself, but the Father who sent me has given me a command, what I should say and what I should speak, and I know that his command is everlasting life. Therefore, whatever I speak as the Father said to me, so I